What's the crack, kids? How are we all? I thought I'd make a video today because why not? What did I want to speak about? I want to speak about life and that we have life and we have time and we should spend time getting to know ourselves. Because when you get to know yourself, your life changes. When you receive special knowledge, self-knowledge, knowledge that is unique to you and how best to run your show. Because for me, it's my show. And then I connect with other people's shows. But a lot of people give up their power of influence in order to connect majestically with someone else's show, but it usually doesn't work because we're unique and we each have our treasure troves within that will call us to independent action, to be a soloist, to be cocky, to go beyond. And if you're anything like me, a cocky bastard, you want something more in life. You don't just want the everyday of what's already been done. You want to add something else to the equation. That's called you, the lucky you, the original you. And it requires perseverance of the heart to choose you sincerely beyond recognition. Because when I look back, when I was in my 20s, for example, I'm in my 30s now, completely changed because I always wanted more. And a big part of that is accepting and appreciating who you are. But the only way you can find out who you are is you need to start taking action on yourself. You need to be fair to yourself. Instead of dismissing your silly dreams as just that silly, and then you end up writing out stories, writing out chapters that aren't really you, right? To be legendary, to be the legendary you. Like for me, man, I'm legendary to myself, man. Not to other people. Sure, it's good to impress, but the key here, the heart of the message, is you gotta become a legend to yourself, man. A hero to yourself, as my mentor once told me. And that requires giving up people pleasing. It requires you letting go of status quo. I'll do this to fit in. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with fitting in, blending in. But if you do it to the point where you're so watered down, you're dead inside, then you're gonna go insane. Like a lot of people are, kind of giving up insane, and you'll kind of just go a bit demented. But that can all change. But it requires you again to step up and say, I'm gonna wheel my wheelbarrow this way today. This old farmer, I've had enough. I'm standing up. I want to do this for me. Regardless of what teachers say, your parents say, old voices, parrots in your head. Appreciate them, don't discard them, don't try to reject them. But reject them in the way of, I must rebel, I must choose myself. It's kind of like Star Wars, man. You got the Order, then you got the rebels, right? It pays to be a rebel. It pays to be a rebel in this life. And I believe some of the best people in the world are rebels. Okay, now don't get me wrong, kings. I'm all about austere nature. I like royal energy, I like order, but some of it, nah, man. I have to get down, I have to do me. I have to be like Luke Skywalker and train. Learn to defend myself. And be the frickin' royal goofball that I am. And you can do that too, man. You can find out who you are. But you gotta step up sometimes, man. You gotta step up and say, no, not today. I'm not doing it today. Maybe tomorrow, I'm not doing it today. And that's another thing. From me to you, you have time. Man, if you're in your 20s, fuck me, man. You're a kid. If you're in your 30s, you're probably still a kid. 40s, 50s, maybe you've become an adult, finally. But you got time, man. And you got to relish that time instead of waiting for the clock to turn off so you can go do something fun. You got to find ways. And it is challenging. I know it's challenging to get things going. The first step is always the hardest. Like, I remember I used to work in Deliveroo. I was homeless for a little while and I wanted more. I wanted more in my life. I didn't want just to do this dead-end job. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I got a lot of benefit, but it felt dead end to me. So I started to inquire into freelancing, into doing copywriting, and I managed to land some good jobs, and I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it at the time. I was impressed with myself and also dumbfounded at how much reality can change when you put a little bit of effort to go your own way. And then you can put things on cruise control. Right, you get the luxury of doing that. You get the luxury of being dumb once you get a bit smart. But in the beginning, it's true, the first step is always the hardest, but little goes a long way. So know if you do want to make change in your life, you will have to ride the edge sometimes. You have to get gritty, but then you'll do phenomenal things. Like, I couldn't believe I was earning 3 times the amount I was earning on Deliveroo. It was such jubilation, it was such a celebration. But again, it wasn't easy. There was a little bit of hardship. And we should welcome that, man. We shouldn't think we're so far ahead because we've got robots cleaning our ass that hardship is something to be thrown away or discounted. It's not. Like taking a little jog, right? Jogging's hard. First 5-10 minutes is kind of agonizing. You're like, why did I do this? I could be in my warm, cozy bed. Gym, that's easy. Boxing, that's medium, that's not hard. But stuff like jogging, fucking having a baby, make sure it's fucking brought up right. Looking after some old geezer who's getting on, losing his mind. Or like me, just starting a fucking business, man. Going free solo. It's tough in the beginning, it's hard. But thankfully, you've had people who've done it before, like me, sharing the message, but there is another side. But never discount the edge, never discount a bit of hardship. It goes a long way. And I believe that's just what makes you a fucking real man, if I'm honest, or lady. To have a bit of gumption, to have a bit of steel. And if you're anything like me, a little bit of rebellion. To get things going. You have to fly the Jolly Roger a little bit and give the 2 deuces up to the world and say, I must do this, I must go this way. I must ask this girl out because I'm in love with her. I must get a job that I prefer because this one feels limited, and I keep repeating myself in this work. There's always expansion to be had, but again, it doesn't mean you can't put your slippers on throughout the day and relax and enjoy, but you don't want to be doing that all the time. There's power to speed. And my recommendation, if you want to start out a new venture, go fast, man. If you want to fucking apply for some freelance jobs on Upwork, for example, go fast. Give yourself an hour or 2 to be like a damn speed demon. Put on some JB, some Justin Bieber, speed demon, and get out there. You got to set the stage a little bit like you're going to war. You have to get theatrical. And people may say, you're being dumb, just be severe, be sensible. It doesn't work, man. Being just sensible doesn't work. Too much sense and sensibility, you won't be here long, man. Because God, who we are, the universe, look around, it's ludicrous. So move fast. Speed is of the essence, especially in the beginning. But I'm saying 1 or 2 hours a day. Doesn't mean you can't stop and smell the roses. During that speed demon activity, but it pays. And then you get better. You know when intensity, you know when urgency is required, and when you can pull back. And that's called growing up and getting older. Getting a bit of wisdom under your freaking heart chakra. But yeah, man, I trust this helps, and I'll speak to you later.